Hey, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the Hospitality Suite, the podcast that helps you live your best hotel life. Today we're going to spend a little time going through some of my favorite hotel hacks to ensure that your stay is smoother than a freshly ironed pillowcase. My first hotel hack that I would like to share with you is that you accept or you request a rooming orientation when checking into an unfamiliar hotel that you've never been to before. The simple reason is hotels are different and they have different facilities in the rooms. You may be used to a basic thing as a telephone in the room. You know how to use the phone, pick it up, phone room service, and what's the big deal? But you check into a different hotel, they've got a different type of telephone, and you find yourself frustrated trying to do a simple thing as to request for additional amenities or whatever. So these are the things that are covered in a rooming orientation or a rooming experience by a porter or a guest relations person from the hotel. So you want to accept this. There's a lot of things that they explain, such as how the minibar facilities work and how the air conditioner works, which is one thing that can cause problems for customers, not because they don't work, purely because sometimes customers are unfamiliar on how to operate that particular type of air conditioning unit. Now, this service may not be offered in all hotels, but it is highly likely that you'll find it available at luxury 5-star hotels or even 4-star full-service hotels that are operating at a luxury level purely because of their brand and what they are trying to achieve. So go for it. I know it might be off-putting. Most of us think we know everything. We can get basic things done, but you find yourself frustrated when you get to the room and you can't operate a telephone. So now you are done with the rooming experience. Let's get to hack number 2. This one is especially important for people that are light sleepers, people that wake up in an instant with the slightest of noises in a room. The one thing that I like to do when I check in is once they've shown me how to operate the aircon in the room, is I actually switch it on. And in particular, I put the fan speed on full blast. And what this does is it gives you an opportunity over the few seconds that it's running, or even a minute, to hear if there's any noises or any unfortunate rattling sounds or anything that might disturb you in your sleep. This one happened to me at a hotel recently, a 5-star hotel. I was deep in my sleep, and once I'm in my sleep, it's really a mission to get me to wake up and do anything. And even if there's something that's annoying and it's gotten me to be half awake, I will still take minutes and minutes on minutes trying to see if I can just sleep through it or make it go away, whatever, through some miracle prayer while I'm sleeping. But this time, in this particular hotel, it just wouldn't go away. The sound wouldn't go away. I didn't know where it was coming from. And eventually I decided, listen, I'm not going to enjoy my sleep here. It's still the early hours of the morning. Let me get up and try and find out what it is. It took me a couple of minutes and I eventually found out that it was the air conditioning unit. I couldn't figure it out during my sleep because I was so lazy to get up. I don't know what I was trying to do, to be honest with you. I just hoped that it would go away, and it didn't. I had to eventually get up and go and figure it out. However, if I had spent just a few seconds in the beginning applying this hack that I'm telling you about, I would have avoided this whole thing. And it's quite annoying, really. It's 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning, and there is a noise and you are so warm, you're inside a comfortable bed, and now you have to be just bothered by a constant annoying noise. If I had spent 2 seconds switching on the fan on full blast, the noise would have come up. I would have known that I had a problem and I would have done something about it. So hack number 2, switch on the aircon, put it on full blast fan. You'll figure out if there's any funny noises and you'll call the hotel staff to either assist you with it or move you to a different room. Another one that could ruin your sleep is those blue lights in the hotel room. Anybody who's been to a hotel bedroom, who stays in hotels a lot, knows that you have radio systems, you have televisions that have this blue light. Sometimes it's the coffee machine, sometimes it is something else. And these lights, if you're a light sleeper and any type of lights during your sleep bothers you and can wake you up, could ruin your sleep. So one thing that I like to do is just put a little cover on top of the radio system if it's got some blue or green lights that will wake me up in the morning, or just some press stick, a little blob of press stick on that little flashing light on the TV to make sure that I enjoy a beautiful sleep. You do want to take a little bit of care to make sure that whatever you use does not damage the appliances. So a towel or a post-it note or press stick should do. Those things should not damage anything. Okay, we're on a roll with hacks to make sure that you do not have a horrible sleep. And that takes us to hack number 3, and that is alarm systems. If you check into any hotel that has alarm systems, always try to check that there isn't a preset alarm from some previous guest who was in the room that wasn't reset, that will wake you up at 3:30 in the morning or 4:30 in the morning and have you fuming. These are things that obviously you shouldn't have to do, but they do happen from time to time. It slips through and it's not reset, and you are lying, enjoying and living your best hotel life, and it's 3 o'clock, you have a buzzing alarm, and then you are buzzing with frustration. So hack number 3, check for preset alarms and make sure that you're not waking up at a time that you had not planned to wake up. Now, this 4th hack has got to do with those surprise whiskeys, the rums and the gin and tonics that you had absolutely nothing to do with, but somehow they end up on your hotel bill and you find yourself having to explain long stories with the receptionist on checkout. I'm talking about those famous little fridges, mini fridges in your hotel room that electronically charge whatever is removed onto your bill. So whether you enjoy a whiskey on the rocks, a single shot or a double shot or gin and tonic, the one thing you won't enjoy is it ending up on your bill if you didn't actually consume it. So follow this little hack and just make a quick check to make sure there's nothing that is missing from the minibar fridge when you check in. The one thing that I enjoy, especially if I have planned a weekend away with my family, is to come back after breakfast, after going to the swimming pool or whatever activity that I decided or we decided upon during that time, during our stay, is to come back in the afternoon to a refreshed bedroom, a clean room, a room that's been serviced, so that we can just enjoy, take a nap, lie down, watch TV, or do whatever that we fancy. There have been times in the past where I've gotten this completely wrong, and through no fault of the staff, just purely me and my error. And this could happen to you too. What I've done in the past is put the wrong side of the sign. In hotels, you have a privacy please sign and a service room please sign in one sign, so to speak. So it's back to front. You've got one message on the one side and another message on the other. Stupidly, without really paying attention, I've put the privacy please sign on the door instead of the service room please sign on the door. So you go away, you go and swim, you have pizza, you have gin and tonics or whatever, and you coming back looking forward to just throw yourself on that comfy bed and relax and do nothing. And you find that you've put a privacy please sign, which means your room was not serviced because obviously you've asked for privacy. So that's one thing you want to check for in hotels, that you use the right signage to obviously request the appropriate service that you want. So hack number 5 is don't be a knobhead like me and use the wrong sign and ruin your entire family's afternoon by coming back to a dirty room because you put the privacy please sign. Another little hack is to take your phone off the hook, especially if you are going into some of these top hotels that are very serious about service delivery, checking up on you, making sure that everything is in order every second, every minute of your stay. This happens a lot in luxury hotels and 4-star hotels, 5-star hotels, that you get a courtesy call a few minutes after you check in to make sure that everything is in order. It also happens if you have ordered room service and a few minutes later the staff want to check on you to see if your meal was as you ordered, you've enjoyed it, you're having a good experience. The one thing, as good as all of the intentions are, that can be quite annoying is if, especially like me, a father with young kids and a baby, and you're traveling with the baby's tired, just went to sleep, and you have this buzzing phone because somebody's doing their job, rightfully so, and they're trying to check on you to make sure that everything is in order. So one little hack that I've learned to religiously follow is to put the phone off the hook if I'm with my baby, if I'm wanting to take a nap, if my wife is wanting to take a nap, or if it's nighttime and the kids are asleep and we don't want, obviously, any phones waking them up and interrupting them and having to deal with, awake kids. As a parent of young children, that's not a good thing. So you want to follow this hack, especially if you're trying to make sure that you put a little baby to sleep. Take the phone off the hook. You don't want to resent a good intention, such as hospitality professionals trying to check on you to make sure everything is in order, because what it's subsequently done is awake your baby. So hack number 6 comes in handy if you want just a little bit of peace and quiet. You want to make sure that there's no loud phones ringing and interrupting you during your nap or waking your baby up, because top hotels will do this. They will check up on you. They want to make sure that you are having a fantastic experience, and this is what they're supposed to do. Hotel hack number 7 is one of my favorites because I enjoy the banter around this one. And this is with regards to how hoteliers make beds. Have you ever been into a hotel room and you walk in and the bed is military style? It's crisp, it's tucked, it is just perfection. The one thing that's not perfection is when you have to fight with the duvet to try and put it all over your body when it's stuck at the bottom there by your legs. And the reason why it will be stuck like that is because we tuck it in and we fit it so nicely, because that's the only way you get the crisp, the military look, and just that luxury bed perfection. Not all hotels do it like that, but many hotels you'll find that that's how a bed is done. And you might be asking yourself, oh, you're talking about living your best hotel life, going to luxury hotels. Why doesn't this get sorted out at turn down? Yes, it does. Turn down sorts out the top half of the bed to just make sure it's slightly turned down so that you can get in and see that the bed was prepared for you. But you're not going to untuck the entire bed because it might end up looking messy and it won't have that look and feel that we want to create for our customers when they check in. So if you want to live your best hotel life and not fight with the duvet before bed, make sure you untuck the corners. And that's how hack number 7 will sort you out. And finally, hack number 8. Another little savvy trick to make sure that you have an enjoyable stay and you live your best hotel life, especially if you're traveling to hotels that are quite popular, that are busy, is to make sure that you check your bill the night before you check out. This is just in case you're in a rush the next morning and you don't want to be held up. Having a quick squeeze at your bill and making sure everything is in order will go a long way. If you've got a few minutes to spare, you might even consider going and settling your bill after your evening meal the night before. So when you check out, everything is done and your bill is fully settled and you can check out with confidence like a real pro. You know, hotels, especially luxury hotels, are supposed to make sure that you never need to use these 8 hotel hacks that I've given you today. But if you are a person who's particular and you want to live your best hotel life, you want to eliminate any possible risk of even the smallest thing going wrong, take it from me, a hotelier with over 2 decades of experience, a person who still goes to hotels and stays there as a guest. I can assure you that these are the 8 little hotel hacks that you want to follow just to elevate your game to pro level. If you found value in today's episode, please remember to follow and subscribe to the podcast so we can continue to grow our vibrant community of hotel enthusiasts. As always, keep exploring, keep discovering, and keep embracing the world of hospitality. Cheers for now.